What February movies will make it to the top of the box office?
Let's have a box off. Yes. Oh, my teeth clacked.
Welcome to Box Off.
Welcome to Box Off, where we're going to pick the top movies that are going to come out this month in theater. We're going to pick the top ones that you choose, not us. These are not our favorite films. We're going to pick the top box office movies. Just repeating myself over and over again until something works.
So we're going to pick which 5 movies we think will make it to the top of the box office in their opening weekend. And then we'll see at the end of the month who was right. And we'll award some points based on, number 1 point, if you get a movie on the list that makes it to the top. Number 2, you get 2 points if your movie is in the right place.
So a possibility of 15 points. 10?
10.
10. So we have watched all the trailers for all the movies that are coming out, and by gosh, there's a lot of them.
It is the shortest month of the year, and there are 15 movies coming out to theaters.
At least, or more, or none, or less.
Who knows? Maybe we screwed up.
Yeah, so we're going off of Internet Movie Database. So whatever they told us is what we have chosen. We've watched all the trailers, and we've picked what ones we think are going to be in the top 5 of the box office. I guess it's from the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the list of movies that are coming out in the month of February.
With fun music to go along with it. Oh, is it going to run behind us? Or is it going to run just the whole screen?
There they are. So, Dana, what did you pick for your number 5 movie?
So number 5, I had trouble trying to kind of put the last 5, 4, and 3 into place, but I ended up picking The Mothering Sunday, which it kind of seems to me like a bit of a Downton Abbey, a bit of a Bridgerton, because it's looks a bit more steamy maybe than Downton Abbey, but people are loving those kind of things right now. Bridgerton went over really well. I couldn't go anywhere without people talking about it, and so it seems like it's in the same class as that, so I think it's going to at least hit the top 5.
And I have no interest in anything she just said. So I didn't pick that movie, not because you said it, just because Downton Abbey and all that stuff I'm not a big fan of. So I picked for number 5, Marry Me. And because when we were watching the trailer, you kind of showed me that, yeah, it's a very lovey, comedy, romantic film that a lot of people might actually go and see. I don't think they hit very high on the list usually. But I think as a number 5 out of the 17, 15 we have. Well,
especially coming out for Valentine's Day, there'll be a lot of gals bringing their boys to go and see this movie.
A lot of boys bringing their boys. Or a lot of gals bringing their gals. I'm not judging!
So I think that's a good one. I almost put that on my list, but I didn't quite. So for number 4, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is Dog, which stars Channing Tatum and a dog. Why did I think that movie's going to make it? Because Channing Tatum is sexy and funny and dogs.
There you go. That's the only reasons you need. And that's why I picked it as well for my number 4 spot.
That's right. Yeah. Muscles. Funny muscles.
Funny muscles.
Yeah, he got funny muscles.
Girls like to watch him.
And dogs.
And people like dogs. I think I don't, but people do, I hear.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
I like to watch Channing Tatum. Especially Magic Mike. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is The Black Phone, which looks so intriguing. It looks kind of suspense, kind of freaky horror, and I think that people are wanting a bit of that. And I think they usually do fairly well in the box office. So that's why I chose The Black Phone.
So it actually reminded me of a movie called Split. And in Split, he kidnapped these girls, but he had split personalities, and he kept them locked in the room. And the premise is kind of the same. Now, there wasn't any ghosts and stuff like that, but it had the same kind of... It wasn't... And this one doesn't look scary. It looks suspenseful. It looks eerie. It gives you a kind of bad vibes and feels, and Split gave me the same thing. So, although not on my list... Good looking movie. Yeah, really
for sure.
Movie. My number 3 was Rumble. It's a kids movie, animated, with monsters that wrestle. How could you go wrong? Kids get their parents to spend their money on everything. This is one of them. I think it's going to be number 3 in the box office.
I think so, and with not a lot of animated films coming out. I mean, we see Catwoman Hunted, I don't know that it didn't look interesting to me at all. And I don't think it's
different animation styles.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna call the kids just like Rumble. That's why I picked Rumble for my number 2. I think the kiddies are gonna want to go and see it, and they're gonna drag their parents along with them. So
that's your number 2.
That's my number 2.
I didn't change my shirt. Number 2 got me so excited I soiled myself and had to change my shirt.
See if anyone notices. They'll be like, why did he change his shirt?
My 2 is Death of the Nile. Death.
What's it called?
Death on the Nile.
Okay, say it again.
My number 2 is...
My number 2 is in the toilet.
Along with my number 1.
Pleasure.
My number 2 was Death on the Nile, a sequel to Murder on the Orient Express. Had the same inspector coming in to figure out who died and how and everything else, the whodunit of it all. Really good star cast. The first one was really good. I don't know how well it did in the box office, so it made me a little bit more worried about where it's going to sit. But you got Gal Gadot in it. You have Russell Brand, who I'm just glad to
so
see.
Funny.
He's a great actor. He's not in enough stuff, personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really big star cast. So I think for that, you're going to pull a lot more people into it. And that's why I think it might be number 2.
I think it's a misstep for you, but we'll see. Maybe it'll pull it off.
You're probably right. You're probably absolutely right. So we have actually agreed on what the number 1 is, and Diana, take it away.
Uncharted.
Which seems like a movie that is a cross between Indiana Jones,
National Treasure,
Mission Impossible,
and Goonies.
And all tied up into one beautiful Tom Holland.
And who doesn't love that?
No one. Or everyone?
Who doesn't love it?
No one.
Antonio Banderas is it? I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe he's been out there. I just haven't seen his movies. But
Mark
I'd like
Wahlberg.
To see him.
Mark Wahlberg is also in this movie, and he's great in everything he does. And there's no way this movie's not going to hit the top of the box office. I think anything that Tom Holland is going to do. I mean, Spider-Man, I think, was taking out movies for an entire month. So anybody who brings out a movie in February is stupid because you're not going to win. Yeah. Well, we're going to win because we picked it as our number 1.
Except for it's going to negate our points because we both picked it as number 1. But yeah, Tom Holland, Spider-Man just catapulted him into just greatness. And so we're going to probably see a lot of him coming out soon. Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's been in a lot of things now, and all of them are really good. And for our honorable mentions, for our horrible mentions,
for
our honorable mentions,
neither of us picked Jackass. That's so weird.
You know what?
Jackass forever.
I think it's going to be great, and it's going to be one of my favorite that I will 100% see. I just don't think it's a big enough audience that like to watch people get hurt.
Right.
It's hilarious. It's a great time. Lots of laughs. It's just like a bunch of buddies hanging out. So definitely something I want to see. I don't think it's going to do very good in the box office at all. Especially since Ryan Dunn has passed away from after the second one or after the third one. That hits a lot of people home. And even Bam Margera has been removed from this one. So I really don't think people are going to be kind of just thrown off from it. And it's been kicked back or rescheduled twice.
Oh, okay.
So at that point, it's like people have already thought of going to see it. Maybe it's forgotten.
Right, yeah,
so
exactly.
I think that's my... that would be my personal pick. So that is our list for February. Don't be a stick in the mud.
Flick that subscribe button.
And we'll see you next time. My number 2 is a real drain. Down the drain? No, it was a far stretch. I'm sorry. It's brown.
Can't win them all. Just like your new shirt. Oh gosh. Okay. What was your number 2? Okay. Ready?
I gotta pull out.
So what did you pick for number 2? Stop!
My number 2. I can't. I gotta just that whole time when you're saying that. Don't look at me running. Until you put your arms down. And I'm gonna
Quit. Oh gosh. No, you're the worst. You always want to make me look stupid. It's like your goal on this channel is to make me look stupid.